Surrender to break through. The shift in consciousness has always been a process of surrender, learning how to let go of all attachments to the past. This means attachments to things that we want as well as to things that we do not want. Learning to let go of emotional attachment is the key to escaping the gravity of the old paradigm. The Buddhists talk of skillful and unskillful emotions. A skillful emotion is one that serves you, while an unskillful emotion is an unconscious reaction to old thoughts and beliefs, and to that which we accept as reality. In other words, unskillful emotions are the result of our social conditioning, our life path, those that we grew up with, and also those that we have learned to accept, even though they are not natural to us. The old matrix of control and domination is ruled by the base emotion of fear, which is rooted in the concept of separation. Separation which is not natural to us as divine connected beings, as creative beings. One must learn to transform and transmute all the baser emotions into higher emotions. The ability to transform unskillful emotions into their skillful counterparts is the mark of an enlightened master. As leaders on the edge of consciousness, we have to transmute not only our own negative emotions, but that of the collective. And while this may seem burdensome, the quick route is to recognize love for oneself and see self-love as a nutrient for ourselves, and as a necessary step that will bring the planet into alignment, otherwise called evolution. Repeating that you love yourself throughout the day, when you go to sleep at night, and in the morning when you arise, helps enormously to establish a new base of appreciation for yourself and the world that you live in. However, we all have negative thought forms that still live inside our energy fields. A simple statement can clear your energy field. Repeating the following statement many times throughout the day can remove all remaining negativity. I, in the name of the I am that I am, through the power of divine love, in the full awareness of the sovereignty of my being, do hereby permanently remove all victimization consciousness and all negatively charged thoughts, emotions, memories, and experiences that do not serve me now. This will raise the vibration of me and everyone around me. I drew 3 tarot cards before starting to write this article. The first card is the Ten of Wands, the middle card is the King of Wands, and the last card is the Five of Pentacles. The first card in this reading is the Ten of Wands, which is the equivalent of the Ten of Fire in my deck. In the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, this card can mean social burden. It signifies that you are carrying a load for others. You have the weight of the world on your shoulders. Since this card is in the location of the past, this means that we are no longer to do this. In my deck, the Tarot of Creativity, the keyword is inclusive, which in this reading refers to the social landscape. We are trying to go from being exclusive, which is of a lower vibration, to inclusive, which is of a higher consciousness. What people refer to as oneness is an inclusive consciousness. When you exclude, you practice separation consciousness. When you include, you practice oneness. The King of Wands, which is the King of Fire in my deck, means action. This is the card that signifies the present. If you notice, the King is sitting quietly, so action is being done inside. Taking action through intent is the meaning in this reading. This is what we are doing when we align our intent with that of our higher self. We align ourselves with the current of the flow of our mission in life when we do this. Setting your intent regarding various aspects of your physical life is important. You can do this with a simple statement. Here are some examples. My intent for my body is vibrant health, well-being, strength, flexibility, and vitality. I commit myself to providing the best food, exercise, and anything else that my body tells me that it needs. My intent for my mind is impeccability, integrity, and clarity. My intent for my emotional body is emotional sobriety and love. In every moment, I express appreciation for myself and for everything around me. The final card in this reading, the Five of Pentacles, is usually about poverty consciousness in the Waite-Smith deck. As the future card, this could seem to be a dire prediction, but the reading requires a more in-depth interpretation. You will be in poverty consciousness if you don't use the power of your intent to transcend the old paradigm. The old matrix is based upon the emotion of fear and lack. Therefore, any fear or lack will throw you back into the old matrix. The meaning of the card in my deck, the Tarot of Creativity, is surrender in the upright position and breakthrough in the reverse position. The two meanings can be taken together to form a sentence that offers advice. You must surrender in order to break through, allowing the negative emotional reality to leave your body and your energetic field permanently, as in the statements above. You must surrender the smaller desires and the goals of the ego for the larger, greater path of the soul. In the Castaneda books, intent is a word that cannot be easily defined. The meaning is inferred by the usage of the word. You have personal intent, which you could say is your free will. And then there is the intent of the spirit or the higher self. The process of transmuting a lower density reality into a higher density one involves conscious intent and alignment between the lower duality-based self and the higher self. When we align our egoic desires with the intent of our higher self, we achieve perfect communication, equality, and partnership between the two bodies of our lower self, our ego mental body and our emotional subconscious body with our higher self. In my two books, Unplug for the Matrix and the Tarot Key, I call this soul-level partnership the Divine Triad. As we shift to a higher vibrational reality, we are essentially going from duality to triality. The higher self gives us a third point on the triangle. This part of our greater self gives us a higher perspective, which allows us to deal with duality from the aspect of a higher consciousness. Here is a statement of intent for this process. I intend to connect more and more with the intent of my higher self, to align myself with my greater path, to surrender my egoic needs, emotional attachments, memories of lack and loss. I desire to permanently dissolve all survival instincts and needs into a sense of trust and love. Copyright Aliyah Mar.